Today, we're going to be talking about Henry Dalton, and who's Henry?
Oh, I'm so excited to tell you about Henry.
Oh.
Henry was a chap who was born in Suffolk in 1836.
Okay.
He was born to a well-off family. His father was a surgeon. They had a cook, a groom, and 2 servants.
Oh,
They were rolling pretty deep.
Mm-hmm.
But he did work as a bank clerk as he got into the working years of his life.
Mm-hmm.
He got married in 1860. In another decade or so, they moved to the continent and started to travel extensively.
Ooh.
He was becoming established as a microscopist. That's a fun term for you. Mounting specimens for the scientific community, as it was a hobby of his due to his interest in science.
Oh, so he just looked at little tiny things?
Yes.
Okay.
And right now, you're still probably wondering who the heck is Henry.
Kind of.
Yeah. So we get into that now.
Oh.
Here's just a few examples of some of the slides that he would prepare with the specimens for the scientific community. Kind of your basic, now we kind of take it for granted. But at the time, these things were hard to get a hold of, and they weren't mass-produced ones you can buy in a little microscope kit, He and his wife traveled to Holland and Belgium and stayed for some time in Paris during 1871. They continued on long journeys going from city to city throughout Central Europe and Italy. His reputation as an eminent micrologist started to precede him, and people would wait for him to come to town so they could buy his stuff.
Really?
Yes. The reason we're talking about Henry today is not because we really particularly care about scientific specimens, but we care about art.
Oh, yes.
And he did the best transition from science into art that I think I may have ever seen.
Ooh.
In fact, this guy has stuck with me for forever. Once upon a time, I had a paper that I needed to write for one of my art classes, and we had to go to a museum, as you often do, and pick something to discuss and analyze and all that stuff. So I went to this little-known museum in Culver City, California, called the Museum of Jurassic Technology.
Ooh.
And it is weird. There's a bunch of weird stuff. But this part was so cool. I walked into a room, and there's this bank of microscopes all set up. And I'm like, this is kind of weird. And you peek into those microscopes, you see these beautiful little mosaics.
Ooh.
Made of butterfly wings.
Wow.
He would individually peel off the scales of the butterfly wings, sort them by color, and then in order to create his artworks, his micro mosaics, he would basically use some sort of little tube and breathe air into it to move them just slightly, and then he would press down on it with a boar bristle, and the oils that were present in the wings would adhere it to the slide.
Wow. Dang, that's some thinking right there.
And because, this is the time before the internet. So accumulating different types of butterflies was no easy feat at the time.
Yeah.
So he basically worked in trade a lot by mounting specimens and then getting the butterflies that he needed to get all these different colors. But, oh my gosh.
That's such a interesting... I wonder what got him to do this. Like...
I think it was like, hey, I'm doing all these specimens, right? And I want to make them look cool. And present something nice. And then it just kind of morphed into, well, what else can I do with this? I don't know how you ever figure out that butterfly wings are scales. Like, you could take them apart like that. I mean...
Just this one right here, though, so there's the etching in the basket, you know what I'm saying? So you have to layer, then turn it, layer, press. That's That's a lot.
It's so much. And you know he's looking through a microscope.
Yes.
And then like
This is the miniature of miniatures, because you know there are like people who are into miniature stuff, and they either do the clay miniatures or they paint miniatures.
Yep.
This is like the ultimate miniature activity.
microscope just to do it.
Yes.
Thank you for watching this clip of Spotlight with Purple Easel.
We're art instructors at SoCal's largest paint sip studio.
Check out purpleeaselplus.com to join the largest online paint and sip community.
And you want to make sure to like, subscribe, follow, ring that bell, add to the conversation, comment below, and check out our full episodes at Purple Easel Spotlight.
We'll see you soon.